Isn't this tea good?
What's so special about it? What kind is it?
It's just green tea, but it's got saffron and cardamom, and it's
How's
just,
it any different than when I make it?
I don't know, it's more delicious than when you make it. I mean, I can't help it if that's true. Assalamu alaikum. Tsingayas, Jordias, Sharaglas. I have tea, chai, and if you watch me on TikTok, you will see that I make chai. And in today's video, I'm going to be drinking my tea, which you can see on the TikTok, while I make another kind of tea. So a lot of you have asked for something called sheer chai. And sheer chai is milk tea, but sheer chai is the word pink in Pashto, and I'm sure a lot of other languages. Now, sheer chai is, I want to say, like a medium advanced form of tea. And y'all aren't ready for it. I'm sorry. You're really not. Like, you're just starting out in the world maybe of loose teas, maybe starting out in the world of not just having one tea bag in a cup with some microwave water. We want to build up your tea skills, right? First, we gave you the chai, which is just, look at the color on that. That is just, it's gorgeous. It's just green tea, okay? It is, if you think about sauces in France, right? If you take French cooking, they have the mother sauces, and you have to know those before you can move on. So once you have mastered the art of the green tea, you can move on to milk tea. Now this tea is called Doodh Patti, okay? It is a sheer chai in that it is a tea with milk, but we're not gonna mess with aerating, we're not gonna mess with baking soda and cooling it off with ice cubes. Now, Doodh Patti is great because you can make it with tea bags. Yeah, yellow label tea, super popular as you can see. It's got the Arabic writing on it. You can use tea bags. You can use loose tea. This is black loose tea. You can use either form, whatever you've got. So this is really simple, okay? What we're gonna do is we're gonna turn on our heat in a little pan. And I know I've made this before in some other videos, including the Sahur video, because you know Ramadan is always right around the corner. This is 1 cup of water, and I'm gonna add 1 cup of water to my pot. Now, I say this all the time, we call this Afghan Red Bull because the whole concept of this is that you boil your tea until the water is black with the tea, right? You want to extract all of the caffeine and the flavor from this tea. Now, I didn't call this sheer chai because I know y'all are gonna start fighting in the comments about, oh, sister, that's not really sheer chai. That's not how you do it. Don't call it that. I'm not calling it that. I'm calling it mix, which is what we call it. So mix is a Pashto word. I know you didn't know that. Along with telephone, Coca-Cola, computer, all Pashto words. Anyway, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take this black tea. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 tea bags in here. Maybe there's 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, in 1 cup of water. This is what Afghans drink in the morning in place of coffee. This is what they call chai in the morning. So chai is an interesting word because it means tea, literally. The actual literal word for tea is chai. Chai also means breakfast. So when we wake up in the morning, we have our chai, which is our breakfast. And normally, breakfast consists of tea, maybe some bread, hard-boiled egg. We're not a cereal, oatmeal, French toast kind of culture. Now, what I have here for you all, in addition to whatever kind of tea you want to use, but black tea, okay? If you want to use, I guess, if you want to use English breakfast or Earl Grey, you can, but please don't use a flavored tea or a mint tea. It'd be a little bit weird. Or an herbal tea, right? You want to use a black tea for this. Now, when we make sheer chai, when we move on to the next phase or next level, once we've mastered this, then we use green tea. Now, I have a few other items here while this kind of boils, simmers for a little while until all of the goodness is extracted from it. A couple of things. One, if you are going to use loose black tea, you're going to need a strainer. Well, something like this or like a mesh strainer so that you don't actually get loose black tea in your mouth, because that's kind of not that great tasting. The other thing is you don't have to use cow milk. You don't. A lot of people will use whole milk and half, and then you get that nice thick cream on the top, which is great if you're into that sort of thing. I have really stopped using cow milk. I don't drink it as much anymore. I try to avoid it, generally speaking. So we've got oat milk, which is nice and creamy. I know that people like to use almond milk as well. I mean, coconut milk, that's the new one. But I like almond milk too. It's not going to be as creamy, so you can mix these two sweeteners. Doodh Patti and sheer chai are both sweet. They are sweet teas. Chai, shne chai, green tea. Shin is the word for green in Pashto, and probably other languages. Shne chai, unsweet. If you gotta have a sugar cube, put the sugar cube in your mouth, drink your tea, okay. Or some sugared almonds or some sort of sweet. You can have a sweet with this, but this is drunk usually just plain. For myself, I love using Jaggery. I don't know if you noticed, but I took the tags off of the tea so that we don't get paper in the tea. So this is Jaggery, and you can buy it either powdered or in a big block or in cubes like this. This is organic Jaggery. It's made from date palm sugar. It has a really rich, it smells almost like tamarind, but it's a really rich sweetness. Love this stuff. You can buy it at any Indian market if you have an Indian market nearby. We got the moves like Jagger. We got the moves like Jagger. Okay, and this is just white sugar. It's perfect. And here I have my cardamom. You can see here the whole pods. I had them ground somewhere, but I can't find them, so I've just been like putting them in my mortar and pestle. You can see how much of this liquid has been absorbed or evaporated. The word is evaporated. And now what we're gonna do is we are going to add, I'm gonna let my people see how real life works, okay? So now we've got 2 cups, 1 cup of oat milk and 1 cup of almond milk. And I'm gonna add these 2 cups. Now that 1 cup of water turned into maybe 1/4 of a cup that was left. If you're feeling it, add a little bit of whole milk to it, or a little 2%, a little something to add a little bit of more richness or creaminess to it. Honestly, you might want to start, if you don't have a lactose issue, or you can use that Fairlife or some sort of lactose-free milk, I would suggest you start with that, right? Like a little treat, get yourself some whole milk. If you like that, we call it kemak, which is like the clotted cream on the top. Otherwise, just try it with a little cow's milk so you can get that creamy, rich taste, because what I don't want you to do is start making it with like almond milk and being like, wow, this is terrible. It's got like no body to it. I said milk a lot of times in this video. Milk, 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 milk. So we're gonna let this come back up to a boil. I know I spend time telling you stories about Afghanistan. Somebody told me it's Afghanistan from the epiglottis. I wanna tell you stories, but what I wanna tell you about chai is that it is the essence of everything we do, okay? If someone comes to your house, you make them chai. It doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter if it's an enemy, your best friend. My mom comes over every day and I should be making her chai every time she comes. I love you, Mama. And I don't, and it makes me feel guilty. But there's no story, no singular story to tell about tea and where it is in our lives. That tea it doesn't evoke a memory, like one memory or one time or place in our lives. It is life. We've had this simmering for about 3 minutes now, so that we can extract the deliciousness and also melt the Jaggery. Bring over my beautiful pot here. It's so pretty. Strainer. Like this video, because you should. Hit the bell notification so you'll know next time for the advanced chai making video. And you should do it tonight, because I'm gonna be up all night after I drink this, and I'll know if you've subscribed, liked, and hit the bell notification. Till next time.